Hey, Michael Joshua Lewis, what's going on? I'm not quite sure. I've been buffering a lot. I've tried 3 times, and I'm the kind of person that thinks everything should just upload easy, so I don't usually try again. I've tried 3 times, and yeah, I've tried to connect 3 times, got people every time, but is buffering. And I'm that kind of person that thinks it's supposed to just be easy, so I don't always try again.
It's working.
It's working, but I'm trying one more time. So it's either meant to be or it's really not meant to be. Right? How are you, Michael Joshua Lewis? Is it still working, sweetie? Yeah, is it working now? It's working, Alex? Okay. It's weird because it's sort of working for me here. So if it's working for you guys, it doesn't matter what I see, right? Michael Joshua Lewis says, sometimes it's censoring by buffering. Yes, but think of censoring as source, right? Meaning there's a reason for everything right now. If I'm meant to be here and gather, it's going to work. If not, what it's really saying to me is just go do my stuff and then I'll let everybody do their stuff. And that's it, right? Sometimes it is try again, but other times it's let it go, and it's not meant to be. So, we'll see. How you doing, Alex? How's your day going? Yeah, for me this is different as well. I put all my cards away yesterday after the live stream. I was guided to just put everything away. And so me sitting here without the distraction of my cards is different for me, right? And I say distraction. The I'd say more the sidekick aspect of me not knowing what to say, so I grab a card. And the cards speak for me. So, you know. Alex, you're going to go to bed in a couple of hours. It's 7 for you. Yeah, it's 11:53. It's not even noon here. I thought we had 5 hours time difference, not 7 hours, Alex. What the frick? I thought we had 5 hours time difference, not 7. That's weird. My messages are coming in weird. You're going to get me a card? Okay. Let me put all my cards away. I can't have access to, I can go look in my emails. I reset my whole phone yesterday. And I didn't take the time to do anything with it. So I'm not quite set up on my phone. Just under 2 hours filming sunrise. Alex says it's always been 7. You're just forgetful. I am very forgetful, and I get people like the time zones mixed up with everybody. But I don't know. I still think it was 5. It's always been 7. I'm just forgetful. I am. Yeah, I had things I wanted to talk about. I'm gonna share a link. I'm going to share Corey's link. Hi, Hannah Mori. No notification again? That's okay. You still new to check. I don't use notifications for anything, and boom, that's why, Alex, because your life path is 5. Thank you, because I keep seeing the number 5. I only see the number 5 when I see you. Me, you know what I mean? That's why. Thanks, Alex. Make me feel less silly for like mixing up my numbers, because yeah, that's it exactly. Yeah, what I was gonna say, I don't use notifications for any application or anything in my stuff. I don't even have my ringer on my phone, so if I do get a text, it's just a slight vibration. But one of the reasons I don't use notifications is to test myself and my inner calls. So meaning, especially the people I'm connected to, when they put out a video, the time stamp of when they put out the video and when I'm guided to go look at my devices, it really shows me how on point I am of the listening. When someone puts out a video and I'm I get in there within 5 to 20 minutes of it, especially if I was thinking of that person and, there they are. Especially when there's people that I haven't seen in a long time, I think about them, and then all of a sudden the next day I'm guided to go look at my device and boom, there's a video from somebody who has not put out a video in a long time. So it's like a way that I just kind of play with my inner knowing. How you doing, L for Self? Yeah, I loved your video this morning, L for Self. One of the things I was saying when I was showing my jacket earlier, the fringes on the jacket, as soon as I saw your fringes, I thought of my jacket. And just, I put the song that I'm on my way, I'm not running anymore by John Cougar Mellencamp. That song's amazing. I've always loved it, and I've had it in my head for a while. So when you put out that video this morning, L for Self, oh my gosh, right? Because the sync song of when you said "On Our Way," it was just like boom, the song exploded in my head, and I had to send it to you. Yeah, Ray of Thought, that video from Corey was fantastic. Me needed that. Me needed that. I know I've talked about Corey before. Corey McKinnon. He was Thought Soldiers at first, his channel. He's the first person of all of community, tribe, whatever word you want to use, that I reached out to and that said, like, here, email me or come on Instagram or right? And that we had, like, some open communications, like, boom, boom, boom. Corey he is the living freaking proof of every single thing, everything that not only I believe, but that this path is made of. He's like a shining, true example of the masculine rising, and with so many of the steps, like he's like, as much as I can think I'm ahead by a century, Corey is just like boom. There's no words. And yeah, I needed that video yesterday. The calmness of him. I needed that. And just the message, and it's the truth. It's the inner, not the outer. And yeah, it was amazing. It was nice seeing the people that I know commenting on it. And that's just it. Last night, I wasn't very present looking for stuff. I popped into Matrix Man's live stream really quick for a bit, but I just wasn't able to listen to a lot of stuff. I had just guitar with no words on. I haven't been able to listen to words in the last 24, 36 hours. I just don't want words with music at all. So I've been listening to either piano or just guitar. That's it. To not have anything like no syncs come in, no random song to remind me of anything, just pure, just that's it. And so I was kind of sitting here, got guided to look at my device, and boom, Corey had just put out his video. I was one of the first ones on it. And really, I held back from commenting every single time. Like, everything he said out loud is exactly like his words. You know what I mean? And you can. I love you. You could see when he was speaking that, channeling the words and the way that the words flowed is exactly like. Another thing, Ray of Thought. I don't know if you guys watch Paul Butler. You take what resonates and leave the rest. But Paul Butler, prime disclosure, I didn't watch the whole video. I don't need the whole video. But the rooster crows January 29th. And like he said, this is encoded messaging for only those who actually know, who actually it's built in. The rooster crows. And anyone who's ever watched my channel, I'm waiting for that fucking rooster a big time. So all the ducks are in a row. Everything's just like, boom. It's so aligned, and it's all about just keeping the high vibration. It really is. Hi, Trixie. Trixie says hi again. Yeah, I decided to try one more time, Trixie. I am not I believe that if there's buffering and stuff, it really means go do something else. And so I tried the 3 times. Then I finished up what I was doing here. And everything says just try one more time. Just try one more time. So here I am one more time. Yeah, Ray of Thought. Yes, he's really putting the work in. He's amazing to watch. He articulated it so well, in presence and calm and peace, straight from the soul to the soul. Yeah, the gnosis. Yeah, he gnosis. Ray of Thought, same V. It was cool to see your comments on there. Always surprised, but I shouldn't be, to see so many souls finding the conduits. Yeah, if I had not had Corey, first of all, just it took me, because I want to word it right. I'm blessed because Corey is the first person I was guided to speak to. It never, no matter how, when I reached out to other people and things happened that were not amazing, I would always go back into myself and just know that, just because I hit a bunch of sour grapes, it doesn't mean that there's not like fresh, abundant fruit everywhere. So try again. So meaning just because, not everybody's done the work and people feel like they've done the work, they sound like they have, but then, when you talk one-on-one, the stuff's not the same. Whereas Corey is true to himself, and he was true to himself when he spoke to me. So he gave me that nugget of gold of knowing that just the pure of heart is there, right? Just got to find it and just got to tune in. Yeah. Are you the same right now? Same on the music, more instrumental than other. Yeah, to the point where I'm on my way, I'm not running anymore, that I sent to you, is one of the first songs I've listened to in a couple days. And them being the same conduits I found. Yeah, Ray of Thoth. You're a yin metal rooster, Hannah Mori? Right on. Yes, words are spells, and sometimes we get too much. Yeah. Ray of Thoth. Corey helped me so much with his authenticity, another soul that inspired me to share. All that he would share, the vulnerability. Then you'd see the growth, and then it resonates with your growth, expanding. Exactly. And I started watching YouTube because I didn't even, I didn't. Some people come from a history of watching YouTube for videos and such things, but I never did. It's a friend, somebody that I knew in my life, who led me to YouTube because he watched The Leak Project. So a friend of mine watched The Leak Project, and that's how I was guided to YouTube, is Rex Bear, The Leak Project. And then through that, I don't know how, it came up in my recommendations, or I found Corey and Soothe the Glitch. And Corey I reached out to, and we talked right away, and just, it gave me that, just the boom of knowing, right? And so that was before Christmas in 2018. And so in 2019, on my birthday, by the time my birthday came around, I had made one video. I had tried to upload it, but I didn't know what I was doing, and it got lost in the sauce. It got lost somewhere. I don't know what happened to that first video I ever made. It was more of a practice video. And then January 17th, I grabbed the device, I went and sat on my bed, and I made my first video, Love Will Save Us All. And I need, the rest is the rest. And it's because of watching Soothe the Glitch with his, just who he is, and, just that. And then the another type of reflection that speaks a different way, Corey, that I just allowed myself to just go, right? Just go. So, I don't know what I am. Alex says I'm a metal dog. I forget. I've done that stuff. I think I'm a rat. I'm not sure. You can't find this song I sent you? Oh, that's so strange. It's one of those things. It just didn't upload, eh? I'm going to put it in here, L for Self. I'm not going to play it because it's John Cougar Mellencamp, it'll get flagged. But there, I put it there, L for Self. I love that song. It's amazing. Yeah, it must be in the disappearing comments, right? Sometimes we got those disappearing comments. Hannah Mori, yin is the feminine in the Tao, so I'm a feminine metal rooster. Use a monkey, L for Self. Alex says my brother is a rat. Yeah, how do I find that out anyways? I think I'm a rat, but I'm not sure. I don't do all that stuff and remember it, right, Alex? I'm lucky I remember my name in order. Hey, Corey Reeves, how are you? How's your day? Thanks for commenting. You saved it? Right on, L for Self. It's a cool song. I love the lyrics when he says, these are the hoodlums of my third wife. Whatever I say, they disagree, or something like that. Because I remember when that song came out, and, just those lyrics, and I was not a mother, or I was just a new mother by then. You know what I mean? I can't remember. But, yeah. And then with my life path, in hindsight of my life, these are the hoodlums of my third wife, quacks me up big time. Oh, man. Ray of Thought. Yeah, Ray of Thought for sure. Being in a ball and crying, literally, like, more than once, and being like, I never imagined life could be like this with, like, children and stepchildren, and I was in a ball, and all I could think of is like, of all the roles I ever thought I would play in my life, I always thought I would just be Cinderella. I never thought I would be the evil fucking stepmother. And when you have like 3 teenagers of the same age all going through stuff at the same time and a newborn baby, let me tell you that I was like not the best at handling stress for a while, and handling the issues and the stuff just coming at me over and over and over and over. And I see myself in a ball and crying and texting my mom, calling my mom and saying like every evil thing that you ever said was going to bounce back to me. Because she would say to me when I was young, like, you're going to have kids someday and it's going to be 3 times worse. And it was like, I remember calling her and being like, please take the karma away when you said I would have to experience all these things 3 times worse, because I am. It's 3 times. Like, Mom, take the spell off me. That, as the mother saying, like, you don't understand what it is now, you're going to see later. I was like begging my mom to take the spells off me that she had put on me. Ray of Thoth says, yes, that's my name on other platforms, Ray of Thought. I've been thinking about changing it to Ray of Thought here too. Right on. You'll see if it's meant to be. A lot of people playing with the needing and the wanting and the desire to change their, what's it called? Whatever your YouTube name is. Ray of Thoth. I have 2 adopted sisters, 16 and 13 now. Adopted when they was 5 and 8. And my mom is having a hard time. Yeah. We have had a hard relationship, but I was able to be there for her yesterday, and it was divine. Wow. You just gave me like shivers everywhere, Ray. That's beautiful. Yeah. And see, that's the thing, is like the intergenerational trauma is coming up for everybody. So imagine 13 and 16 and certain things coming up in them, eh? And that's the thing, is how to stay sane as a mother, because it doesn't matter if adopted, stepchildren, a mother is a mother. It's about souls, not about blood. And how to, be the anchor for a family when your family is basically out to destroy you, right? And I know that sounds harsh like words, but teenagers is like seek and destroy. That's it, right? A teenager with inner pain will fucking cut you to your knees. There's things that my daughter was 16, 17, and 18 saying stuff to me that it's just like, it still blows my mind that stuff was said out loud, with such a force coming from her. It's, it's hard. It really is. Ray of Thoth, it really was such a big part of our healing. I really see her wanting to make different choices. The same lessons she missed with me are coming up again. And I want to try to encourage her to try something different. Exactly. If you can keep the lines of communication open and, be that's why this is happening this way. Exactly. Thank you for saying that, Ray, because that's it. Ray of Thoth. And she wants to try new things, but my dad and my older brother, who's 26, who live at home, are having a hard time getting on the same page. So you have a trinity of adults and then 2 younger ones, and that's it. The dynamic of how, that's the thing, is when I was, in the blended family, my ex was a functioning alcoholic who, drank every day. And I say functioning because there was never the issue of his not coming home or his not going to work. And, he functioned, but the alcohol was there at all times almost. So, I was only able to do certain things certain ways because I had the other person as well. And the other person, like, he is what made it that I was more angry and more scared and more not knowing how to deal with anything because I didn't have the support and the anchor. So, as a mother figure, you go through all the stuff and then you don't have the support and the anchor at all. So, really, no, I'm not saying this in a mean way, but truth be told, you have 3 teenagers, a baby, and a functioning alcoholic. So, that's a lot of a whirlwind of holy shitballs, eh? Yeah, Hannah Mori says, I have faith in you, Ray. She'll see you and it'll draw her to it. Yeah. Ray, so I'm going to do my best just to be there, neutral, holding light. Exactly. Holding space to transmute energy and give that space to heal so many family wounds. And I know it's not all on me, but I see the opportunity for the highest good. Yes, Ray of Thoth. Also, because especially the 8-year-old, 13 and 16, you're still in that timeline where their souls, you can speak to their higher self, their higher self, say. So go into meditative states and just speak from your heart to their heart space, where you don't try to text, email, or talk face to face, but you really do invest time sending healing, sending love, sometimes sending the exact thing that you can't say in real life of certain things, so that they know that that you can send to the heart space that the words, the healing, the soothing. You could actually send synchronicities and certain songs to a heart space, like, and wrap them in love, right? So, especially at 16 and 13, you can't say certain things. It won't work. But you can send it through your heart and say, like, wrap a certain song around them that is soothing, that you don't even send to them, but that will come into their reality, right? It'll come into their reality as a soother, as a dynamic with their ego and their actual avatar that wraps the situation in healing. Yeah, Hannah Mori, me and my sister helped my mom before she passed. Yeah, Ray of Thoth, it's such a dynamic. They had a lot of terrible things happen to them. So much practice and opportunity. Odd. I was going to say it's tiring, but honestly, I'm enjoying it. The healing and the love. Yeah. And that's the thing, is that children with, like, post-traumatic stress and fetal syndrome stuff, and it's not like a movie. You don't just adopt a child and that they become, like, that they flower, and everything's perfect, because the love is there in the moment. The lack of love and all the stuff, it's big. It really is. Wow, Hannah Mori. That's a good point. Deeply entrenched in negative patterns. Wondered if she was waiting to know unconditional love to transition. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Hannah Mori. And imagine being like 50, 60, 70 years old and never having had unconditional love, right? Where everyone who says they love you, it was never unconditional, and, with the yucky shit that happens, it ain't pretty. And those last days, weeks, months, or that last year of feeling love, You know, it's never too late. It's never too late to love someone unconditionally. It doesn't have to be in your own family. Um, we're being guided to do certain things and to speak to people and to show ourselves. And, sometimes we're not here. We can't be the conduit to heal the healing in our own family, our own bloodline. We can do it from afar and do the stuff, but the one-on-ones and the people that come into our life or that we're guided to, sometimes without even knowing it, is those little things that help someone to pivot, to feel loved. Wolf Dude, man, this stream is deep today. How you doing, Wolf Dude? Yeah, this stream will feel different. I was guided to put all my cards away yesterday. The bear came out and said, take time out. So as soon as I finished my stream yesterday, I put all the cards away. They're all put away. And I say put away. They're all in the boxes and stacked. And I thought I'd be gone for a little while. And I might not come back on for a little while. But right now, I'm not, how I usually will just kind of pick up a card to let the words flow from the cards or the images and the numbers. I'm not doing that. So whatever, as well, Wolf Dude, I tried 3 streams and they buffered, and I was guided to try again. So whatever's meant to come out today will. That's why I'm here. Yes, Ray of Thought, that makes perfect sense. It is the thought of it being tiring that made sense. That exhausted or tired or just feeling, but with a good, that good feeling. I get it. Totally worth it though, Hannah Mori. We didn't know we were doing it at the same time either. Rave Thought, Adam, I've often wondered many times about my mom. When will she change? Her perception change? Will she want to change? And I realized a lot of it is in my own healing relationship to her. As it changes, she does. Exactly. And that's the thing. If you can't expect someone else to change anything, you can only change your perception, your reaction, and the way you speak and interact with them. So if you it's really easy to go watch YouTube channels and listen to other people talk, right? And to see a feminine in her wounds and to listen to that. But if you kind of wake the fuck up and realize my mommy went through this stuff. Oh my gosh. Instead of thinking other people get a chance to heal and things happen to other people, but things actually happen to my mom. It's huge. It really is. It really is. People think that their parents, fell out of a crack box and that nothing ever happened to them and they're supposed to be perfect. And it's what? No, it's the opposite. The more that you think you were traumatized as a child, stand back and realize that if you think you were traumatized as a child, or if you know you were, well then why? What did your parents live to perpetuate those things into you, right? Because sometimes those things, if you look back, it's just, you were safe the whole time, you had a home the whole time, no. But then if you look back and the things you don't even know, some people's parents didn't even have certain quality of life, and they hid that from their kids, not saying how poor they were, how they didn't have this, how they were abused. Some sons don't even realize that their mothers were raped. You know, some sons and some daughters, you know, are a product of the rape and kept. So, you know, there's a lot of lineage that might never be told, but if you have the foresight, like if you go into meditation and if you're ready to heal the world, but you can't go so far if if you're not ready to face that stuff. Does that make sense? Hi, Lightwave Harmonics. Kirsten. Hi, loves. I'm here listening while working. Love you all. Can't chat, though. Thanks for saying you're here, sweetie. I've put all my cards away, so I won't be pulling cards. So you don't even necessarily need to look at the screen today. And it's just nice to know you're here, sweetie. I love you. Yeah, another blessed day co-creating with the love of the divine. Thanks, Ray. That's beautiful. Alex, a bad day of fishing is better than a good day at work. Wolf, dude, thanks for saying that, dude. It's tough energy, sweetie. Struggling, but I'll be okay. And that's the important part, eh? When you say struggling, but I'll be okay, it takes a little bit of the pressure off of, like, instead of using other words. Thanks, L for Self. I feel that it's just important to have a place to bounce. I really do. Hannah Mori, I love you. I didn't judge her. I'm one of her those mistakes. I'm a mistake as well. I'm a love child. There's a lot of trauma around the pregnancy and birth of me. A lot of trauma around the pregnancy and birth of me. I'm a love child of 1971, born in 1972. And in my family, I only found this out in my 30s. The year before, or just before my mom got pregnant, in our family, in my dad's side, one of my dad's cousins got pregnant, but she got put away and her child taken from her. She never got to see her child. And long story short, but she grew older and was never able to have children. So there's a lot of stuff in my family of, you know, what my mom went through as shamed for getting pregnant. But what happened is that after I came out, I was cherished by the people that shamed my mother. So meaning, you know, the grandparents, her parents, people that weren't kind to her, said yucky shit, never took it back, ever. They loved me. So that's even harder because it's like you spend 9 months being fucking shamed, sent away to have your child by yourself. Nobody was there with my mom when she had me. And then all of a sudden I'm there, and it was like, boom, everybody wanted to take care of me, and let's take her away from my mom because she's young. So then she had to kind of fight for me. So there's a lot of stuff. Like, my mom was 17 going on 18. I was 24 when I had Samuel. And I still, right now, you know, like, I still can't believe. Like, I mean, I was pregnant at 24, married, had the house. And I would tell my mom, like, how did you fucking do this by yourself? And hide it at first and then feel ashamed. Like, holy shit. I've got the life, and my whole body and, like, the stuff happening to me is just like, what? You know, so she's so brave. She's so brave to have even, you know. Yeah, Ray of Thoth. Such a big part of my healing was that. Accepting that my parents were always doing the best they could, just as I'm now with my children, having my own children, really did change my perception. Yes, having your own children will change your perception, because right away in the first weeks and the first months, it's like everything you thought you would never feel, you felt. Everything you thought you would never do, you start to do, right? So you start to realize really fast when you become a parent. It becomes apparent really fast when you become a parent that you didn't get a manual. Doesn't matter if you go read self-help books all day long about having babies. You know what I mean? So that always helps, especially when one is ready to have the open mind about it. Yeah, for self, clearing up the past to make room for all the awesomeness. Exactly. That's beautiful, Ray. I have gratitude for my younger brother because he has always been able to see that fact and have more compassion and grace for my parents. I held a lot of anger and resentment, always healing and growing. Yeah. You too, Hannah Mori. She was still a child, only 16. Lots of stuff surrounding my birth too resonates deeply. No, honey, I'm actually sitting on a couch. I'm sitting on a couch. I had tried to set up over in the corner over there where I put the table by the window, and I thought, let's switch over to the couch because I'm more comfortable. I'd rather, yeah, I'm sitting exactly the way, because the couch, it might have even been this couch in my dream with you, not even really you, but the Elf for Self dream. So I'm sitting in the corner of the couch. I know that I was done doing the live streams the certain way that I was doing it yesterday. I was just done. Done like dinner. The whole spot is set up differently. And I thought I was going to take a break and not come back for a bit and just go inner for new moon energies and stuff. But I've been guided to come in. But it's just completely different. I'm not sitting in the same area, not sitting in the same way. I don't even have my cards with me to pull any. I'm just kind of here for what comes up. For what comes up today. And I'm not gonna full circle it with cards and numbers and colors and such things. I just felt to come in and have a coffee, and if anything needs to flow, we're flowing it. I love that you noticed that though, eh, Elf for Self? Hey, Witch Moon. My birth brought my mom and her parents back together. They was mad because she ditched college to elope with my dad. My parents were high school sweethearts, and it didn't last. Yeah. I totally get it, Witch Moon. Thank you, Ray, for writing that. Thank you guys for speaking openly. Ray of Thought, yes, so much of it resonates for me. My mom was 17, being told by my grandma, you lied to your dad and you got pregnant so that he wouldn't leave her. I don't know, but dad still left, and I had 2 stepdads. Yeah. Brother's half brother and my parents back together now. The story is long enough sharing. Boom. Yeah. I see the way that life and stuff, though. And that's the thing, is that program of what family is, so that people have a shame, right? But if you look at people's families, when people actually follow their hearts, there's a lot of changing of the guards, changing of roles, adding of brothers, sisters, and you can put the half brother, you can say step brother, but it's all just full circles back to what soul contracts are and what we're here to learn from each other, right? Hannah Mori, beautiful. Yeah, that's great, Ray. My sister and I are super close, and it wasn't always so. Exactly. Witch Moon, I couldn't fix my family. I wasn't cute enough to make them okay. I know what you mean. It took years to heal. Yeah. Me know. I get it. Hanamori, half-sister for you too, Hanamori? See, Lily Rose has a brother and a sister, my Samuel and my Amy, and then she has a stepbrother and a stepsister, Haley and Ethan, from my last relationship, our family. And since from birth, Amy and Samuel only have a certain... Samuel has zero relationship with Lily Rose. Like zero. And Amy... Okay. But Ethan and Haley always were very close. Ethan and Haley moved to New Brunswick at the end of 2000... at the end of 2019. So we did our full cert. We went to the Atlantic. We went to New Brunswick and Cape Breton and Nova Scotia. And we came back. I had found a place to live, but it wasn't satisfactory. And I came back. And they ended up moving to the East Coast. So, you know, 3 people who actually loved Lily Rose, cherished her, and gave her attention, gone from our life. Yeah, Ray. Working on healing my relationship with my brother and focusing on building with my sisters. I feel you, Ray. I love you, Witch Moon. Hey, Sandra girl. Oh my god, I finally got in here with the live stream. My single has been so bad. Sorry guys, it's out of my control. I've been able to watch TV on it though. Family healing. Yeah, there's a lot of family stuff coming up right now today. I don't have my cards up. I'm just really sitting here having a coffee, and whatever's meant to flow is coming up. Yeah, Alpha Self. Me keeps changing it up when me doing videos. I like that. It's really nice, Alpha Self, because you have different stuff. So, you know, some people right now, it's like, please don't give me another healing video. I just want to be amused. I just want to see the singing. I just want to hear the dancing. See the singing and hear the dancing. Eyes to hear and ears to see, right? So it's beautiful and amazing that you're putting out just different. I find that one of the things that, because I do live streams right now, and you know, they're such long chunks that, you know, everything, but like shorter videos with just the one frequency, you know, one energy, is nice to have. So I appreciate you, Alpha Self. I really do. Thank you, Harmonics. Thanks, Kirsten. I told myself I was done the way that I was done. I thought I was going to take a bigger break, but I was guided to be here now, and it feels smooth and nice. Yes, Andre girl, missed y'all, but always in my heart. You as well, sweetie. Ray of Thought, thank you all you beautiful sovereign souls for assisting humanity. Yeah. Excuse me. Thank you. Yeah, just a quick way to tell a story with a label, but good point, V. Those words matter. Wolf dude, I never really had a family. Constantly moved like nomad. Moved from a lot of times. That's why me anchor you, Wolf dude. Me's a mama figure and a feminine figure in your life that's always solid, whether we talk or not. Sundry girl, I tried to do that, Genevieve, and everyone, please tell me if you have any advice. I understood everything my mom went through. I know you did. Even made excuses for her repetitive behavior, but she doesn't try to change. And that's where boundaries is and where love lies. I love you, but I don't like you. That's allowed, Sundry girl. You know, we can't make or even assist or, people to change, but we can make sure to stay safe and not in, any of the patterns and cycles. I love you. I just don't like you enough to be able to put any energy towards you because it will siphon me and it will, you know, um, loving from afar, talking to her heart space all the time, singing to your mom all the time from afar with zero contact. And that one day that her heart wakes up to it, it's her that has to make the move, not you. And we wish for that move, honey. We do. And sometimes we won't get it, ever. But I believe that's why that we're here, to show, to be that mother love. Sundry, you have it with me. You have it like with someone like Witch Moon. Even someone like Hannah Mori and Ray of Thoth. The feminine that they're balanced in and they're, masculine, is to find those things and qualities that we would have wished for in parents and just accept them in other people. So it doesn't mean that, like, as an energy sucker, like, I want you to act like a role of my mom. No. But just to feel someone else's motherly presence as your own safety and cherishing. Right? I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like one time when I visited my grandmother and I was in my late 20s, late 20s. I might have had Sam by then, or it might have been just before I had Sam. I can't remember, but we were at a restaurant one time and, she was speaking of the service and the girl was not blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what? I was like, you're really hard on her. Like, I was like, this place is really busy and every time she comes, she's as nice as she can be. She's doing her job to 100%. I said, you're the one that expects too much of her. And then I told my grandma, I said, if you look around and if you think I'm in, where I live doing this for a living, being a waitress, and if you treat her how you would want me to be treated, you wouldn't want somebody to be there impatient and then snooty at me. Treat her just as if she was your granddaughter, even if she's not. Right? And it changed my grandmother's perspective of how she saw other people and interacted with other people, is to just see a young lady and think of her as a grandchild. So if you just all of a sudden see anyone with the potential to be motherly, then you soak up that beautiful mother energy from other people in the most beautiful way. Does that make sense? Me don't know. Yeah, Hannah Moore, I never felt otherwise, Ray. It's just the way we were growing up. Exactly, L for Self. Thank you, Wolf. We are your family, your tribe. You are free to thrive. Yeah, Wolf dude. Exactly. Sundry. Wolf dude, same here. Sister, family, dad, who was also a heroin addict, so it was so hypocritical. We moved from upstate New York to Minnesota to Maryland, all around because of his addiction. He would lose his job. I meant to say he was also a preacher, also heroin addict. Hypocritical and hard to trade schools all the time, making your friends. Yup. I went to 14 different grade schools from kindergarten to grade 8. 14 different grade schools from kindergarten to grade 8 in Quebec, Ontario, Alberta, BC, Yukon, in 5 different provinces. 5 different provinces from Quebec all the way to the Yukon and British Columbia. Yes, you is a muse. L for self, me a muse. You is a muse. Grateful for you. Yeah, I know, Witch Moon. I get it. Both my parents died midlife of cancer. And I couldn't make nice with my dad and with my mom. It was so traumatic that I'm still working through it, guys. Thanks for saying that, Witch Moon. That's why me not mean to push, and sometimes me get like just insensitive. Why? Because some people have the chance. They have the chance now. They've had it for a long time, and they still have a chance for a while. Maybe. You know what I mean? It goes fast. Some people have the chance. Some people live right with their family, and they're not even speaking to them. They don't even know their own family. But the reason that they're living with their family right now is so that they would heal all this intergenerational trauma, not so that they would hide in their bedroom watching other people heal from afar. But, watching people in the bedroom healing from afar someday will plant the seed of, I need to get out of this bedroom and connect with my parents before something happens. And I know I spoke of this not long ago, and I'm going to bring it up again, where there are people right now who are living knowing that they've already made the free will choice not to be here, or that they have a disease that they're not telling other people, and they're living in silence of their own pain because they already don't have the unconditional love from their children. So why would they tell them, hey, I know I wasn't the best mom ever, but I only have a little bit more time to live. Could you love me now? Because that's how a mom would want to talk, right? Because that's just it. The reason that all this stuff built up to have a disease is that the mother never knew how to be the one to reconnect or to make a family like feel strong, bonded, loved unconditionally. Because if a mother never had the unconditional love, and then she has 2 children and continues to live traumas in her real life, then who breaks the chain? Who makes the circle of love? If you expect someone else to make the circle of love, but you're already in a, watching people like us, and who are you to sit there and wait for somebody else to make it happen? It's beautiful that, you speak of this, Witch Moon, because if people have the opportunity to just love their mom, love their dad now, even if nothing yucky is going to happen, and even if they're not sick, why not? Why not, right? We show certain things and speak super openly, and it's about our own inner healing, but the reason that we share it is so that other people can learn and grow from it. Yeah. The mother wound can be healed via self-love, nurturing care. Exactly, Sundry. But we are not islands. So you can sit there and self-care and love yourself to like kibbles and bits and back. But we still need to be guided and find those examples of love. And that's it. Sundry, sending so much love and healing, nurturing hug. I want to I call them ASMRs, ASMRs, to help anyone with a mother. I've been so tired lately. You say that. I've been so tired lately. Just do an ASMR where you're just like looking at the camera and maybe fall asleep gently. Even if it's just for you. And There's a lot of tiredness going through lately, Sundry. We are really asked to know ourselves and to rest. The light codes and stuff coming in is just, you know, I'm going to repost Corey's video from last night. I haven't done the, hey, shout out, link in the description box video yet, just because I haven't taken the time. Shit, I'm way behind in the comments. But this video is like really important. Oh, I'm going to catch up and try to put it again later. Richmond says, thank you, Sundry. I think my mom would say that. Self-love. Take care of myself. Yes, thank you, because I've been hearing that in my head. Exactly. Yeah, oh, for self. Sundry, it starts with the self-healing, then forgiveness, then the other. Richmond says, hey, Wolf Dude, I didn't see you in the trees there. Blessings. Oh, Alex, that's beautiful. Says, oh, wow, Elf and Wolf Dude. I've lived in the same village my whole life, and I want to move for the first time in the future. That's so cool, Alex. Rave thought, healing our inner wounds to heal those around us by resonance. Healing our inner family wounds to heal our worldly family by resonance. One candle lights another. The flame is bright. Yes, badass boundaries. Badass boundaries. Boundaries are self-care. I love you. I just don't like you. Don't like how, you know, that's it. Thanks for saying it, Sundry. Thank you for saying it. It's a hard thing to say but it has to come through. My inner dark goddess has been coming out, and she's not about forgiveness, but more about vengeance. Got an evil way, but anyone deal with Kali Ma. That's the thing, though. What do you believe about Kali Ma? Right? My Kali Ma is not the Kali Ma that people talk about. But that part needs to come out. It needs to come out. And how can those parts come out? Find a place where you can scream and just scream. I find a train passing to be the best place for that. Draw it out. Just. One of the easiest things to do is just write like fuck over and over. You know what I mean? Draw fire over and over. Get it out. Write a song. Write the poetry about it. This is why we have songs and poetries. Write the book. Write the screenplay. Write the movie. Write the short story. Why? Because it's just getting it out there, and it's not about perpetuating it. It's about just getting it out. And creative outlets are for that, right? You feel like Kali Ma, dress up in red and fucking just dance as if, like, rawr. Without, you can let anger out and that evil feeling without actually hurting anybody around you, right? And exactly, not in the evil way. I get it. It's not evil. It's just like pure. I call it when I see red. If I tell somebody I'm seeing red, back away. Don't talk to me anymore, or really know what to. If I'm seeing red and I'm telling somebody, only Shiva had the balls to get down on his fucking back, and say, like, because otherwise you don't get in Kali's way. You tapped into the inner darkness to help guide us through the night. Lilith, Kali Ma. Yeah. Yes, Kali Ma is creator as well. But creation and destruction go hand in hand, right? Oh, witch moon, that's beautiful to say. Everyone's talking about boundaries, but it don't feel good to put up boundaries. I did it with my son, and now I don't have him. Yup, but you'll have him back in a different way when he actually won't treat you with the way that he hurt you. Right? And that's the thing. We love unconditionally, witch moon, and we're ready to forgive anything at all times. But think of the reason you put up the boundary, and think that you got to that point and you had to put the boundary up, and now you miss him. But if he came back and acted 3 times worse, what would that benefit you and your family, Theodore and Neil, and the energy in your home? Right? So the missing part is exactly why we get sucked into the cycles over and over and over and over. And the cycle has to stop somewhere. If you needed to put a boundary up, whatever that cycle of what was happening has to stop for your family. You took control of the pattern. And it doesn't feel good to take control of the patterns, witch moon. I know. Me knows, right? Me does it myself. And then me not have anymore. You know? Me not have that person anymore that 3/4 of the time everything was perfect, or maybe not perfect, but good, you know, but then that 1/4 of the reason I put the boundary up takes away all the other time, right? And that's why you know that the person's not ready, because if you put a boundary and say like no means no for this or that or this or that, but someone can't just come and love you anyways, then that inner work needs to be done. You know, it's like, I'll give just a small example. A small one, not huge, but our children choose to speak to us in ways they would never speak to anyone else. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. So our children come into our home and treat our home in a way they would never, ever, 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 ever treat anybody else's home. Ever. My daughter came in here, bossing Lily Rose around, telling her the rules of how we were going to play a game, moving our table exactly how she wants it. Meanwhile, Lily Rose is 8 years old. She waited all day to play a game. House rules. But someone else is coming in here, battering my daughter, the youngest, her own sister, telling her, moving the table, doing everything the way she wants it. So at one point I looked at my daughter, the oldest one, and I was like, wow. Could you just pretend you're at someone else's house right now and you walked into their house and you're going to play a game and you're going to be how you would be at somebody else's house? Attentive, listening to the new rules. Listening to somebody talk instead of interrupting them, putting them down, belittling them at all times. You would never walk into somebody else's house that you just met. Let's say you have a new boyfriend and you go to their house and meet their parents for the first time. You don't walk into a stranger's house and tell them what to do. You don't walk into somebody else's house that you love and you don't know off by heart and you never lived there and go into their fridge and touch everything you want. You would never go to somebody's house and spend a week at Christmas, you know, at your new boyfriend's house with their mom and their dad doing certain things. So why do you do that with your own parents and your own mother? Makes no sense. So yeah, the mother must put the law down at some point, do something. What am I supposed to do? Sit here and just keep on inviting Amy to play cards and come here and bully her little sister? Amy's excuse is, well, Samuel bullied me. Samuel teased me all the time. Samuel did this. Samuel did that. But they lived a whole other dynamic of a brother and a sister, born in the same house, born in the same place, 3 years apart, raised a certain way. Whereas Lily Rose is 9 years old, and she's, you know, half her family's gone, lives at the other end of Canada. Father hasn't talked to her since, like, last year. You know, it's hard. We're going through a lot of stuff, and we don't get soothing. We just get... So, yeah, boundaries are really important. Because if somebody wouldn't treat another person a certain way, why are they allowed to treat me that way just because I'm their mother? Wow. You know, other people would never treat me the way one of my children has, right? So I'm supposed to just say that it's okay? Because it's not just me anymore, it's Lily Rose as well. It's big. I'm gonna flip the camera. I see I'm very behind in the chat. I'm gonna try to catch up to it. Parent relationships can be difficult. The amount of experiences and expectations and perceptions we have based on so many variables is insurmountable. Trying to get to the heart of it all. Yeah. Exactly, Witch Moon. It has to be this way and I'm okay, but I'm not okay. Just admitting that is already so much. I know, Witch Moon. I can feel it all. I'm behind in the chat, so just lie back as I catch up. Lie back as I catch up, okay, sweetie? Yeah, Alpha Self. Boundaries are for you. They're not to push things or people out. They're just to put like a guideline of what's acceptable and what's not. We're living in a world where sarcasm, jokes, and everything's wrapped around, and everybody gets told it's okay for me to talk to you this way. It's a joke. Or, you know, like, I'm tired today, so it's okay for me to treat you this way. You know, I don't feel good today, so, you know, it's all gonna shit on you. But it's okay. No, it's not. No. Yeah, Sundry, I love it. It's true, Sundry. It's yes, Witch Moon. It's like 1 minute you're okay and then 1 minute you're not okay to be both of those. The pendulum swings. Yeah. It's hard. Don't put up. It's really hard. Because I do understand. I do understand it. So in a way, it's easy to get treated like shit. It's very easy. Everybody's wounded. So go ahead. If you need to treat me like shit to get over your wounds, go ahead. But then where do I go to replenish, right? It doesn't work to suck up other people's pain that way. Boom. Enough. When you know, when you're ready to speak properly, or don't speak at all. Just come for the hug, right? But people do have to make an effort to be responsible for their own selves. You can't just throw your emotions around in ways that is destructive and then say, like, I was in a bad mood, I was hurt that day, and it's okay. No. Because that's just the perpetual seek and destroy. If you were hurt, then go for cherishing, go for peace, go for soothing. Don't perpetuate more hurt. I love you too, Sundry. Thank you. I really needed to hear that. I have to go into isolation to heal. At least for now, it's been lonely and not easy. It is lonely and not easy. I understand, sweetie. Sundry says, question, I guess for anyone who wants to answer, it seems like we're always striving for balance, but is it truly attainable? Because everything comes and goes and moves in motions in life. Thank you, Ray of Thoth. That link that Ray of Thoth put there is Corey's Unified Masters, and that answers a lot in itself. If you want to put that video to save, if you have not seen it, Sundry, Corey has a way of speaking. It's 20 minutes long, and again, the only reason I haven't done a shout out to push it out more is just I haven't taken the time, but it's all in there. And it is possible, Hannah Mori says. I believe it is. It is. It is, because I attain it all the time. And how do I lose it? Is by allowing people to treat me in a way that I shouldn't. And I can't. I can only, I can because I love unconditionally and I allow. So because we're all just learning, if somebody says, you know, like I have no idea how to talk and I'm really awkward and it's already taking me a lot to just talk to you, then I allow more, right? I allow more because this person's awkward, this person hasn't learned. But then, you know, with the things that don't feel good or are not pure of heart, there's no learning curve, then you just gotta stop. You're being sucked dry, right? Sundry Girl, yes, I believe it's possible, but it's just saying it's hard to obtain, and some people make it look easy. That's the thing. When I watch some of the bigger channels, I feel like they're closet rangers ready to explode. I have no specific idea of who you're talking about, but a lot of channels are just full of shit. You know what I mean? In the sense that they're not where they say they're at, because it's all about how many people of the messages and the stuff around it, right? But they're not there. Make it look easy. Everybody who's ever talked to me says, like, it's you know, it's so natural what you do, it's so easy. And it's like, have you listened to my journey? I come from a life of telling everybody, don't take a picture of me. I come from a life of, I didn't even have a photographer at my wedding. That's how much I don't like being looked at, you know? And so what I make look easy, it's taken me X amount of time, and it's the means to an end. If I don't do this, then I have like nothing. So yeah, it's easy because it's what I have. It's what comes as, you know. So I think that if you look at everyone and if you think, wow, that looks easy, but it's not, and put yourself into the shoes of anyone, it's not. That's like thinking that somebody who plays guitar in front of an audience is sitting up there and that it was the easiest thing for them to go up there. Do you realize that some performers that have performed their whole entire life, isn't Carly Simon an example of this? I'm not sure, but they have huge stage fright. They don't even want to be seen. You know what I mean? That the only reason that they allow themselves to be seen is, first of all, for the they have to. You just have to, because otherwise, you know, you're like this and like that. But some people do performances in front of like thousands and millions of people, and, you know, in between, they're going to throw up. In between, they've got like the massive shivers, and, you know, they're going through stuff backstage that in front, nobody has a clue. Everybody thinks that this person is like the widest, most open, most easiest thing to do, but in the back, they're like sweating and all this stuff, and then somehow they pull it all together and they go sit there in a way that everybody else thinks it looks easy. You know? And that's why performers, people who have written books and autobiographies, take Springsteen. I never read his book, but Springsteen wrote a book. He speaks openly about battling depression in his life. I've never read it, but I think it was my mom or somebody else who read it. And it's like, for me, I've loved Springsteen since I was like a child, like 12, 13 years old specifically. Singer, songwriter, poet, this man is to me. What his real life and what the stuff is, whatever, but when you full circle that, you know, when he came into himself, and years later, if you go read the book of all those battles that he went through just to be able to be who he was. Nobody that does anything that shows themselves actually, you know, just sat there and everything was all easy. Look at Justin Bieber. Like, oh my gosh, like, you know, like, just because he could sing and the stuff. Like, oh my gosh, like listen to his songs now. Okay, you don't like Justin Bieber? Good. Okay, fine. Judge Justin Bieber. Because that's the thing. That's what everybody does. Okay, don't listen to his songs because he's annoying to you. But take a minute and go like Google his latest like works and how it fucking hurts to be put on a pedestal. Because once you're put on that pedestal, there is nobody in the background picking you up. You know why? Because everybody thinks you're busy. Everybody thinks you're so loved. So that one little angel that would be like so perfect to be Justin Bieber's best friend can't even get to him to be his best friend, to be like the one person who would like not suck him dry, because fuck, he has to protect himself from his own best friends and family and other people who are sucking him dry. So, you know, it's not easy for anybody. Yeah, Sundry, learning to not react has been extremely self-aware in every way and has been helpful to me. Perhaps you guys too, yeah. And I still react all the time. Yesterday somebody sent me a video. And as soon as somebody sends me a video without a link now, I'm done. I'm going to send back an email. What is this? Why are you sending it to me? Please tell me what resonates with you. I don't watch videos. Let me know. But instead, I went into the video and I reacted by emailing back, like, why would you send me this? You know I don't watch this stuff. And if you know me at all, you know I don't watch this stuff. Right? But I reacted and hurt somebody who was trying to show me something. But the reaction of the all is just like lost words in the sauce, you know, but reaction happens fast. Even when you think you're non-reactionary, you are sometimes, right? So that's beautiful though, Sundry. It means you have the tools and the awareness. More days than I want to count. I have to pull on every tool and have multiple tools: meditations, breathing, mindfulness, music, incense, sage, candles, colors, prayer, self-talk, just to get through a moment. Exactly. And that's why the tools are there. You're blessed to know them, because all it takes is one color, one number, one song, right? Thank you, L for Self. Yes, me uses many tools to stay anchored in. Exactly. And when you're like kind of floating and wondering what's going on, question yourself. Am I using my tools? Do I have protection on me? Is there a scent I can put on? It's like the other day when I said, oh, angel fish, send me a dragon. And she's like, I'm on it. It'll be there in 20 minutes or half an hour. And in my mind's eye, it was like, light the sage, light the Palo Santo. And in her next comment, or in the comment was, you know, the sage is coming. So it was like, here I am calling out to his sister, help me, when the sage and the Palo Alto was right beside me the whole time. Right? So she kind of reminded me to use my own gosh darn tools. You know what I mean? Use it. Exactly, Hannah Mori. I'm not my body. I'm not even my mind. Yes, Andre, you're doing an amazing job. I know it. Really proud of you. You're growing and healing and exactly where you need to be. Thank you, Ray. I feel the same way. Oh, Witch Moon. He got all messed up in his head. I don't know what happened. I'm supposed to protect, and I can't control, and I'm trusting their journey. But I do hug him and the babies, oh God. But that's the thing, Witch Moon. You say you're supposed to protect as a mother. Okay. But there comes a time where honor thy parents. Cherish thy mother. If we're born to protect our own children our whole life and nobody's giving us that back, How's the circle pure, right? That's taking too much on for yourself. Yeah, Hannah Marie, it's because it's family. They think it's okay to share the negative as well as the positive because of it. It's programming. Exactly. Good comment, Hannah Marie. I know I'm behind, but I'm just going with it. Hannah Marie, you say that there, but what we've been doing here in these live streams for weeks now, weeks. So we're walking the walk. People are coming in here feeling not so great. And they're saying, I don't want to comment today because I don't want to bring anything negative. And I say, no, comment anyways because it's not negative if we flow and talk about it and figure it out. It's in how we bring something out. So if we don't learn to talk about things that we feel could be negative, it's not negative for other people to hear certain things because we elevate each other by the fact that we don't keep things in because we think that it's just going to hurt other people if we share. So we've proven, anybody can go back, weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. We've spent a lot of time here because I'm not the only one investing in the round table of the time. You guys are, right? I can't make this live stream happen if you guys don't talk, if you don't interact. That's how I roll. So we have invested so much time that somebody who wanted to say like, but I feel this and blah, 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 blah. No, we're showing that you can feel a certain way and not perpetuate the hurt. Our things are still happening and we're learning all the time. So it is possible to be like very scared, very angry, in a lot of fucking pain, and to not put a ripple effect of destruction. And one of those things is when I hate bringing my own stuff up, right? But one of those things is me feeling hurt by someone, the boundaries weren't listened to, and I spoke about it. And when there's no revenge or kicking ass or anything, it's like, could you hold space for that person? Please hold space. Me not want everybody to gang up. Me not want, could somebody stand up if they, if it happens right here and somebody, yeah. You don't just sit there and watch stuff, and it's okay to say what you think and what you feel. Like, somebody at some point has to just say, like, that's fucking, like, no, I won't stand here and watch this or listen to this if something's happening. But otherwise, you hold space for someone, and that's it. You're doing yoga as you're listening? That's awesome, all for self. You remind me to stretch out a bit because I'm just sitting here in a ball. Yeah, Ray, I'm always feeling like I need to apologize for bringing in family emotions and lower feelings, etc. I know it's necessary, it's good, but that feeling of you made people sad. Now I apologize. It's hard to ignore. But I think that the reason that I'm doing such long live streams these days is, okay, let's just use you as the example, Ray. You come in, you say, like, I'm not going to talk a lot today because I don't want to bring in negativity. And I say, like, just let it out. So you do. Do you know how many people have learned from the stuff that you said that they were holding in, or that they're going to go through, that they're already going through, or that they already went through, of the realizing, hey, we can talk about stuff without blaming anybody, shaming anybody, seeing the different perspectives of things, and that sharing is caring. And then if you watch, just because you said something, and if you like in the streams, 5 minutes later, we're snorting and giggling about something else, or we're on to something completely different. So that's the thing. Just because a moment happens, to deal with it, to bring it through, to make it into something else. So some people are so afraid of pain that they won't listen to someone else's pain, right? But then they wonder why isn't anything working anymore, but you didn't listen. So me, being here and us being here, and that you feel listened to, that we're actually getting stuff out, actually is changing the ripple effect of everything in your family, Ray, because instead of you gathering momentum inside, and your wife coming home from work and you all of a sudden like jump in her face because you've held stuff in so long that has nothing to do with her, or it does, you let stuff out somewhere else. So it's like rippling effect where you don't hold that, you know, it's just the ripple effect of allowing ourselves to share is huge. It's huge. For self, me is possible, me is centered. When me feels a different vibe, me walks away to recenter, and that's beautiful. And that's something that I learn all the time, and that I, you know, is that somebody can say something and do something, and you can be like, I'm not gonna even respond to that. I'll be right back, right? I won't respond until I know I'm centered. And then that's the thing is, somebody sends you a text and then they expect a response and then they get mad because they don't get it, let's just say, but you're taking the time to recenter. And then the attack, the thing, and just it has to stop, right? Exactly, Ray of Thoth. I'm not able to act. It's like I've noticed that before too. The reason I don't act in my videos, the more I try to act and make a perfect video, the worse it feels. Rather every outtake be in the vid. Exactly. It's much more pleasant, Ray. You know, it's beautiful that people have editing skills and that they use them and that they want to show something pretty and that it's all, you know, whatever. But that's not real enough to me. I don't watch those channels. I can't. It doesn't help me grow. It doesn't help me to grow. Hey, that way. How are you? Yeah, for self. Oh, my stars, G. Same here. On a video someone sent me. Was so not ready for it. Still don't know what to do with it or the person. Laughing my ass off. Exactly. And that's one of the things is we're all such different personalities and stuff, and then we're getting to know each other and we trust each other, and it's like there's certain things right now that if I can't stay anchored and I can't see and know of those things. I already know all this shit's going on, but I can't be a part of it because that's how I'm staying centered for myself, my family, and all of that. So what I realized yesterday with what happened is I'm not going to press on videos anymore unless I see that it's like a song. Even then, you know, and just ask, why? What's your intention behind sending me this? Right? What is the reason? Because that's the thing is, even if I really love somebody and who they are and I don't watch videos. So if somebody really wants the point to get across, then just tell me what was in the video. Right? It's like reading, somebody who reads a lot of books. Are you going to throw the book into everybody's hand and say you have to read this? No. This is what I learned from this. Or, oh my gosh, I just read this book and the full circle of it was ba, 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 ba. And then maybe the person will want to read it, but you can't shove a book up everybody's ass and that they have to read. You can't. So it's the same with videos. If you have things inside that are amazing about that video, send it to someone with either the summary of why or like certain things. But especially right now, there's so much going on that the way to shield ourselves is to know myself. I know what I'm want to bring into my reality. And yeah, is it outside stuff testing me to see if I'm grounded? But hey, you know what? I got enough outside testing me to see if I'm grounded. I don't need my core faction people that I 144% trust to be sending me the stuff right now. Tell me what you learned in it. Don't tell my eyes to go look at something when my eyes are in protection mode. Witch moon, Hannah Mori, I'm not there. It sure feels like I am. My body and my pain. Exactly. At 5 a.m. when I'm in a Charlie horse from the waist down and I'm screaming and breathing through it. Exactly. Let it out. It's okay. Exactly. It's really not possible to say that I am not my body when your whole body. I love it that you say that, Witch Moon. It has to come out, and it's the truth. It's the truth. It's okay. It doesn't bring me down.
Same.
No, I don't want you to be sorry. It doesn't make us sad. The tools make it good, eh? Yeah, the tools don't always work, and the tools and to the channel that is like my number one channel for learning. And I sent your channel. And I said, if you can watch this and really like understand that what you think you're going through is nothing. And I don't mean to belittle someone else's journey, but like I've told some people, if you have all of your body functioning right now, if you have a safe place where you're not worried about being hurt, being raped, being the rug thrown out from under you, and you dare talk to me right now and tell me like, woe is me, you have no clue of what other people are going through right now, pain-wise or financially, abundance-wise, you know? And I don't mean that in a mean way of disrespecting someone else's pain, but this person couldn't be honest with me either about their shit. So it was like, go look at what, like, real. Go look at what's real instead of all this, like, fluff that you're trying to throw at me. Hey, my Skies 5D. One more hour of rain and the Soggy Bottom Boys will be adopting me. Right on. People are having Facebook stream issues. Is this one still buffering? Because it looks to be solid. Nice guys, 5D. Good to see you today, Michelle. I love your dedication. Thank you. Thanks for recognizing. Love you, Mike. Thank you. My Skies 5D says Witch Moon 73 had a powerful message up yesterday. Her video lit me up. Hannah Mori, I'm working on it with making vids too. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. There's nothing to work on, Hannah Mori. Just get in front of the camera and you start talking. If you're not ready to start talking in front of the camera, just show a certain view and start talking. If you're not meant to start talking, just show the camera and show the sky. The energy that we're putting out there to connect is huge. And as someone, like Mike said, dedication, this isn't about me. You know, I'm not sitting here promoting myself or trying to get other things out there than to keep the vibration high, to have people find each other, to give someone a reason to smile, to show the goddamn truth when something really yucky's going on in real time. Why? So that, like, it's the truth. That's what's going on right now. This isn't my eternal life in the background, but this moment, this is how it feels. Why? Because other people feel it too. Because the more that we can connect, the more that we're building a grid of unity. Hey Revel, how are you? Witch Moon, I sang through my pain then uploaded the video. It wasn't sad, maybe kind of cool. It was good feels, but I deleted it before it finished uploading. I still have the video. It just sounds yeah. The grader's going by and scraping the road as you wrote that, as I'm reading that. Or is it a plane?
What are you doing?
I don't know what that is. I don't know if that was loud. You okay, girl?
Yeah.
That was loud.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're brave to sing through your pain. And if you're meant to show it if you want to, but just, yeah, the singing. Connect with the singing as much as you can. It's not about how it sounds. It's about the throat chakra clearing. Because the more your throat chakra clears, the more that everything else as well. Ree, says Revel.
Bye. I'm going to do my hair and my teeth.
Okay. You need to get out of the house, Revel? Sup, Elfie? I hear you, Vives. I know you hear me, Hannah Mori. And believe me, Hannah Mori, I believe that everything happens when it's meant to happen. And the more that we held in, or the more that it wasn't time, that you come out of the gates in a certain other way. Because all the time preparation was done in the background. And that's it, Hannah Mori. And only you can know what's meant for you, right? It's not about what anybody has done. It's what you're gonna do. You know, I can't go back in time and change the way that I did, and everything was meant to be the way that I did. You know, my journey, Hannah Mori, I would rather to see you take your time than to go through some of the things that I went through. Meaning, you know your energy more. You know what frequency is more. You've been in so many live streams that you actually feel people and know, right? The feeling of stuff. So for me, I jumped in with 2 feet January 17th, 2019. Oh my gosh, but there's 2 to 5 months where I binge deleted videos. I woke up from nightmares from people watching me at night because the connection I could feel, you know. So the learning curve of everything I had to learn from putting myself out here, you know, physically hurt my body, made me cry. It made me delete videos and take videos down, and it made me just so, like, I went through a lot. People think it looks easy being here. I went through a lot of frequency, energy, understanding. People's thoughts are things. So if somebody was sitting there watching my video over and over at night because they thought my hair looked pretty and they thought I was sexy, you know, I could feel that. So I had to learn how to forgive. That thoughts are things. People do not know what they do. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. You know, and to not take it personally that not everyone, you know, chooses to see me how I want to be seen, right? So the learning curve of how it felt, how it can look really easy now. I haven't deleted anything in a long time, but yesterday's live stream, I chose to go put it private. Why? I've been doing live streams now for so many hours a day that I'm not even rewatching my own self to get my activations. Because I don't watch myself to judge myself. I watch myself as you watch me when I rewatch myself to get the messages. Because they're real. The cards, the numbers. So the things I miss because I'm in flow, I've never caught up, and I don't need to. But yesterday is just, inside of me felt like there's a couple, I don't remember what they are, but inside of me was like, there's a couple of things in there I'm not sure I would stand by. I'm going to put it private if I'm meant to rewatch it, because there's something in there, you know, that's telling me that I'm not sure I would stand by that, or I'm not sure I heard it properly come out of me. So I'll either be guided to go watch it, or whoever saw it was meant to see it, and then that's done. Nobody else gets that message. Exactly. L for self. You just make the video and you just upload it. You don't judge yourself. But the thing is don't judge yourself, but look at yourself as if you were someone else. I mean it, Hannah Mori. Make a video and watch yourself. Like, for you, it's not about uploading it at first. Practice. Make a video and look at yourself. Would you bully somebody and not say beautiful things about their eyes, their hair, everything about them? No. It doesn't matter if it was somebody like in a fucking paper bag with holes all over. You are just grateful to see other people being authentic, Hannah Mori. So there's no way that if you looked at yourself and all you're thinking of, this is someone else, this isn't me, I'm so proud of this person, like, oh my gosh, all this stuff coming out of this person. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but you must be able to look at yourself from above and be proud, because, oh my gosh, it's a big deal. Just hanging out, Revel, mixing kids, going back to school. Right on. The song is called Transmutation. Right on. Revel says, hey, Witch Moon, I love your name, by the way. Love Witches and born in 73. Are you married? Yes, she is. She's married to Neil the man, and it was just his birthday the other day. Whoop, whoop. My Skies 5D, to have a safe place for us to come and connect and share with this. It's priceless and brilliant, and you're wonderful at it, Michelle. Thanks, 5D. Mike, I appreciate you saying that. I appreciate you saying that because that's where I'm at, and a part of me feels I should be doing more, differently, and it's like, why? Why am I questioning that I want to do more differently when this is what's needed? There is not much of this anywhere else in the same way that I can make it, right? So there could be this in many different formats, but not my way, our way. Because we found our stride. And I say that, and I really do put it out there that, you know, if you don't usually comment, if you've never commented, if you feel to comment, please, I will mold you in as if you felt like you've always been here. And I mean that. That's what I'm here for, is to recognize that there's people that, you know, just when you're ready to talk, you'll be blended in as best as I can assimilate you, so you won't feel like, you know, I've never walked in there before. I know that's part of what I have of my gifts. I feel the frequencies, I feel the energies, you know, so, you know what I mean? Revel, the snap, the MySpace Yahoo years. Yeah, I have an open account on MySpace. It was to speak. The only reason I ever opened an account on MySpace was to speak to, I'm trying to think of who it is. I'm trying to think if he's American or Canadian, but it was an actor, singer, an indigenous singer, actor. But I can't remember who. I was guided to open a fucking thing on MySpace because it was the only place I was guided to find a certain person to send them a message. Yeah, because I just send random messages to anybody. It doesn't really, you know, how I speak here and in comments, I've been doing that for like X amount of years. And if I'm guided, it has nothing to do with what somebody does or what they don't do. But I have been guided to like all sorts of souls. Yeah, I like the dial-up sounds too, Rebel. I'm an 80s throwback. I still, you know what I mean? I would grab I'm like so 80s that I would rather play like an old-fashioned game of ping pong where it's just the lines and gloop, 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 gloop of hitting the ball, hitting the dot, right? I would be so, that's how freaking 80s I am. I'm in shock sometimes when I watch video game stuff and like, you know, what's actually out there because, you know, I fancy myself like a almost true gamer because I almost played like a little bit of Donkey Kong when I was a kid. Gotta get going, Ray. It's 13:42 Eastern Time. We'll pull in 13:44 together. Thank you, Mike. I don't think it's easy. I know how brave you are, Michelle. Thank you. Aw, Revel, don't say that. I take my lives down too. I just like talking to peeps. I hate my face. Blah. Love your face. Don't analyze your face. Sometimes we just... certain messages are only meant for certain people. That's it, Revel. That's it. Which Moon says, yeah, MySpace days. Dang, the time flies here. I still can't remember. I'm trying to think of who it was. Hey, Mark G. Yeah, I came back. It started to work. Richard Marks. Don't sleep on Richard Marks. Richard Marks. I'm trying to think. I actually have Richard Marks in my stuff. I can't think of a song. Richard Marks is Canadian, eh? Bad man and a sweet mullet. Oh, Pac-Man tables are the best. Dude, someday, I don't talk about, you know, Tom Hanks in the movie Big for no reason. I'm 49, and I still will have that house someday. Not exactly the same, because I got different dreams there, but Pac-Man table... definitely. Yup. Yup. Yeah. We went to Wacky Wings, and there's like a little arcade there. Ours isn't very big here in North Bay, but it's big enough to enjoy. And the only games that I like to play is anything that's ping pong, not ping pongy, but pinball. I am not a pinball wizard. I just like going thwing, 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 and right? And the car games. There's a car game that you move and it's like, and I'm like, I like that. That makes me happy. You had a live journal. Now me is dating myself. Right on. I dated myself so long that I actually married myself with rings and all. I had thumb rings. And then in July of 2018, I told myself that if I'm too married to myself, then, you know, that puts a barrier up. So in July 2018, I took my thumb rings and I threw them into Nipissing saying like, wee! You know what I mean? And yeah, that was 2 years ago. So I am completely monogamous. I don't understand why monogamous means two people, right? That doesn't make sense to me. Because if you're monogamous, you're by yourself. Mono. Doesn't mean you have one person in your life, but I guess it does. That's how humans made it. One person in your life means monogamous. But I'm mono. One rail. Right? I'm one rail, and when the other track comes in, I'm gonna mono, one. Yeah, makes no sense to be monogamous with another person, but hey, sorry, you know, Thank you, Alpha. Yeah, I'm a monorail. It makes no sense at all. I'm going to take a little bit of a pause, and I got to stretch out before I realize that I have no leg. No feeling in my legs. You okay, my dude? You all dressed? Holy shit balls, you look good, girlfriend. That's my dress.
No, it's not.
What?
None of my very boy dresses.
Are you gonna give it to me when you're done with it though?
No.
What are you gonna do with it? Keep it for your kids? I'll put it in your bin of your old clothes if you want to keep it for yourself. We're not giving it to another kid. I'm telling you. Or I'll save it in case we have another daughter and come into our life. Keep it for your kids.
We'll never do Sam's style. Aww. We're Amy's.
Yeah.
Whoever comes first.
What if I have another one? Which is pretty much impossible now.
Yep.
Well, we adopted the cat, so does that count? The cat would look awesome in that dress.
God.
Don't oh my god me. So it won't be much longer. I say that and it could be an hour, who knows?
Yeah.
On the stream, but after we'll go do groceries and stuff. You ready to hit the world today? And by the world I mean one store maybe?
Yeah.
They could just go to our around the corner store. Oh my gosh, the coolest thing just happened. You know how I said yesterday that when I'm guided to get up and go take a breath, which means go have a smoke to be honest, and go outside, that I always see something, that there's a reason I'm called outside. And then I need the break, right? If I'm sitting here talking for 2 hours in a row kind of thing. But so I'm standing like just in the doorway because just whatever. And I look up and the pigeons, remember I said the pigeons were 2 by 2? I got the 2 pigeons. So the 2 are just circling, not over the house, but so that I can actually see them circling. There's a 3rd pigeon kind of wanting to join them, but not quite joining them. And I'm watching them and I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you guys. Like, you're so beautiful. Because yesterday, I could see the purples and the greens and the grays. And so when they're flying, I see the white from underneath. And I'm just standing there in awe and thinking, I could stand here and watch you guys all day. So you know what they did? Whoosh, they flew away. They said, go back in and finish your live stream. You're not going to watch more. We're done. In the moment I said I could stand here and watch this all day, they were like, okay, we're out of here. Peace out. Oh my gosh. I swear. Can't make this shit up. Yeah, who wants to play Pac-Man, eh? I would play Pac-Man in a heartbeat. I could probably load that somewhere, eh? Hannah Mori? I could probably load that somewhere. I know, eh? Thanks, Witch Moon. The sounds of an arcade. Yes, that's why I've been to the casino 3 to 5 times in Niagara Falls. Once specifically by myself, and had one of the best nights of my life ever. And it was because of a casino is like, it's an adult arcade with the lights and the sound and the energy of people, like, depending on what you focus on as energies. And I focus on the yummy stuff and awesome stuff. So I had like an awesome time. And yeah, Lily Rose's birthday last year, we brought her best friend and we went to the arcade and lunch type of thing, which we didn't do any kind of thing like that this year because just not the same thing going on in society. But yeah, we had so much fun and it was neat. Elfer Soul says, I get up as you sit down in your comfy chair. Right on. How are you, Jansu? You're feeling a bit better, but was almost in tears. It's a very high energy day, Jansu. I don't know if anybody's still here that has Corey's link. I'll put it up in a second. But did you see Corey's video? I'm going to put it up for you. If you haven't watched this, it's more important than what I'm yapping about today. That's for sure. He's very calm. And it's funny because I was just talking about people recommending videos to me and me not wanting to watch them. So Corey is Thought Soldiers Unified Masters. And it's a 23-minute video, but it is spot on if you want grounding. Witch Moon, dude, that's such a sync. Revel, are you still here to see that? Are you still here to see that? Is there 2 Corys? Yeah. 2 Corys. That's such a sync. Corey Haim and Corey Feldman. Those are my Corys since childhood. Corey Haim and Corey Feldman. A trinity of pigeons. Yeah. I can play it on my phone or iPad. I gotta remember to load that. Thank you, Elf. Me is dancing with you now. Me feels it. You is a muse.
Oh. I was turning up that off while I'm watching here.
Hannah Moore says, I don't use Apple though, so I don't know if I could send a good link. I don't know, but I'll check it out. It's just because I just thought of it, that would be a cool thing to do. Witch Moon, I've never been to a casino. I always felt I'd lose my moolah. But now I have a few thinkings and bet I could go in a positive win. Every time I've been to a casino, I only ever had like a specific amount of money that I was going to spend. The one time that I went by myself, I spent $200 on purpose, and I loved every second of it. If I would have left the Texas Hold'em table at a certain point, I would have come out with more money, but it was more enjoyable to keep playing for the experience of it. And at one point, I just started betting more because I got excited. And I told myself, I had budgeted myself $200 because I was on a road trip and just that was my thing. It was the first time I ever left my restaurant in 3 years, and I went to Thompson, Manitoba. And when I came back, I went to Niagara Falls because I had a whole day more where my restaurant was cared for. So I had told myself I was going to go to the Hard Rock Cafe and buy t-shirts and buy souvenirs, but it was more fun to play Texas Hold'em. And the memory, I don't ever feel like I lost $200. I just had fun and don't have the t-shirt left over, but I have the feeling of, like I said, one of the best nights ever, just by myself. Hey, Bravery, trimming weed and listening from work. Right on, dude. L for self. Me gets called Peter Pan. I can see that. Hey, Michelle Barrett, how's your day? Hannah Mori says, hi, Lily Rose, yeah. Oh, my sister.
So you texted?
Yeah.
I texted Haley earlier. I said, when do you want to FaceTime, tonight or tomorrow?
Okay. It's Haley's birthday today. Thank you. I
Tomorrow.
forgot. Tomorrow. I knew I forgot for a reason.
What's he text you?
Just saying, hope you're having a wonderful day. Just doing the stream. Richmond Bravery, hey man, I'm listening. I'm eating weed and listening. Blessed be the farms of medicine. L for self only goes to the casino to watch the showgirls. Well, I was blessed. I don't really enjoy watching showgirls. I got enough showgirl in me myself that overwhelms me to not watch other ones. But that don't bother me. But the night I was there was an awesome band. An awesome band that played like 80s music. I forget what their name was or what it was, but I can't even remember. There was some Billy Idol. I was dancing by myself. Like literally. Yeah, so that night was like amazing. I wanted to be at a real Texas Hold'em table. Me too, Hannah Mori. And long story short, I was supposed to go to Vegas with my sister, but this was in 2011. Is that it? No, not 2011. 2008. 2008 is when in Canada it became official. You have to have a passport to step over the border. So the tickets, everything was bought. I was going to Vegas for real, legit. Said yes, going to Vegas. Applied for the passport, and 3 or 4 days before everybody was supposed to leave to go to Vegas, my passport wasn't in. So I was blessed. My sister had chosen a ticket that it could be not refunded, but reused to go somewhere else. So everybody went to Vegas without me. Right? Everybody went to Vegas without me and did the thing. And then in October, I chose to go to Thompson and go see my sister. And while I was in Thompson, we actually played Texas Hold'em for real. Like just me and her friends and, so I loved it. I had never played for real with people. Like when I was a kid, I played poker with people, but I never played as an adult with people. So it was really awesome. And I was playing Poker Stars. I'm Pink Baby on Poker Stars. I haven't logged in so many years, but I'm Pink Baby on Poker Stars. So I play there, and I would hold my own at the Texas Hold'em table. So when I went to Niagara Falls that night, I was at the casino, and I was in front of the Texas Hold'em table, and I was too shy to go on, and I didn't think I could hold my own. I just didn't think I could do it. Even if I had played with my sister and her friends and, won a couple hands and had a great time, I just didn't feel confident to go play. But I was kind of lurking and watching. And this beautiful blonde girl goes and sits down at the table, and she sits and she's like, I have no idea what I'm doing, and here's my money, and blah, blah, blah. And the croupier guy was like, that's fine, that's why I'm here. And he was patient, and he taught her how to play. And, she only stayed a few minutes. She was like flitting and flying by everywhere. Look at me, look at me. And I say that in the most beautiful way. Everybody's different. She was hot as hell. But that's just it. When she left the seat, I went and sat down, and I looked at him, and I was like, buddy, if you can handle her shit, you can handle mine. I know how to play. I just never played with real people in a casino. So you're going to hold my hand the way you held hers. And it was like, boom, like the table was mine. The table was mine. So I sat and I was playing, and then the players would change, and I was having a good time, and everybody was coming from somewhere different. And then it was midnight. So I was grandfathered in of my bets, what I made worth a certain amount. I was grandfathered in, whereas everybody else, it was more for them. I don't know if that makes sense, because I don't have the lingo of how to talk casino very good. I've only ever been, the one time for real. So yeah. So I was grandfathered in at a big stakes table, like big stakes, right? So, but I had been at the table for an hour and a half before I was grandfathered in, and I was doing good. Like I said, if I would have walked away, I would have had money, but it was about the experience and the living it. And, yeah, so it was cool. It was really cool. It was a really amazing experience. It was like being, well, pretty much everything I do feels like being in a movie, but this was like being in a part of a movie that I just don't usually participate in or have access to, right? Because I'm a small town girl. We don't have that stuff where I come from, So it was like a mega movie of a movie moment, not just, me going to Sudbury and somebody saying, are you filming a movie? And it's like, no. It's weird. Yeah, it's different. But it was, like the energy was there for it to be that kind of night, Hannah Mori. It was awesome. And the people that I met at the table, like, that's the thing is, I'm from a small town. I talk to frickin' everybody. And where I choose to go and then interact with people in that same manner brings people in a way that not everybody's used to, right? So if you're born and bred Toronto and like kind of jaded and don't look at people and don't talk to people, and then I come into your reality saying like, it's a little different. So imagine the ambience at that table. Especially like later, that's what, I ended up leaving because then the serious bettors were there, and I was playing differently and in accordance to how the energy was changing as well, right? But you just know when to hold them and when to fold them and walk away. So I lived the moment until it was done, and then I was like, I'm out of here, and I went to dance. But yeah, it is different, and it was fun, and it's one of the things that, if we were all hanging out, it would be like, can we just play poker, please? Like, let's just play poker and have some fun, eh? She's funny, eh? Boom. Yes, all for self. Go in, do what you gotta do, feel the energies, and get out of Dodge when you're done. When you're done, you're done. Watching the energies change is the trick. And that's exactly why that's cool. It's so pretty. That's the thing about living by following guidance, right? So you follow the energies for where you're meant to be in any given moment. Know thyself of what can I do here that's for the greater good of the all, and then exit gracefully. Exit gracefully. That's it. Everything happens for a reason. Everywhere we're guided to go. That's why for years I've spoken about when we have a craving for a certain type of food, especially when it's random. You know, you're sitting at your house, it's 6 o'clock at night, you just had supper, but you want a chocolate bar. You want a chocolate bar so bad that you see the chocolate bar everywhere you turn. If you listen to that guidance and go buy the chocolate bar, the place where you're guided to be, there's a reason you were guided. So you might know yourself enough, like I do, to understand that just one eye contact was the reason. One conversation, one whatever, but there's always a reason to be guided. So our inner cravings guide us to be somewhere to bring forth our energy. So especially me, I live an isolated path. I don't see a lot of people. I don't go out much. Yesterday, I says to Lily, when we were done the live stream, I says, "You ready, girl?" I says, "We're going to go to the mail. The package from Amber should be there. And it's now. We got to go now. I just feel it. Let's go now."
I'm wearing the pants. And the pencil case is right beside
Oh, the
me.
pants fit awesome. I love you.
Love you, Minette.
Trixie sent a pair of pants for Lily Rose.
And a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
I have one thing that I want to say.
I'm just going to finish. Come show at the same time as I talk. So, but what happened is that I know y'all know about my favorite Tim Hortons where I used to live, right? And my people. And that's the thing is I was guided to go just in time to see that one specific person. To the point where I'm in the line and Tim Hortons employees are timed here. You know, they have a time, and she busted the time so bad that she had employees. There was, I don't know how many people behind us. She busted the time so bad she had an employee saying, "I know it's her, but you gotta go. I know it's her," meaning me, "but you gotta go." And then so we were saying goodbye, and I looked at her, I was like, "Can I have my coffee?" It was so needed that I go when I was guided to go, and the interaction that we had, that I almost forgot my coffee, and she definitely forgot to give it to me. But I was paying attention to my intuition, Alpha Self, exactly. Anna Mori, I went with a friend. One was come for a Hold'em tournament, and the other just went to stay at a hotel. And when we left, we bet 7 on red, won 14, and then bragged about it. It's funny. Oh, she's gonna show this stuff Trixie sent her. Where's my hat? Can you get my hat over there?
They can come off like this. There's gloves.
Trixie shirt, Trixie hat, Trixie bracelets. Me not even wear bracelets, and me love them. They're like Trixie, like around my wrists and with me like all the time. Me love it. Me's wrapped in Trixie right now. Whoop whoop. That's cute, eh? The mittens.
Pencil chase.
Do it again slower. It's so pretty. Purple and blue.
It's magenta.
That's awesome, Hannah Mori. I get what you're saying. So cute, eh, Witch Moon? I know. That was a lot. It was a lot. It's a lot of energy. And like she said to me, she's like, I had the box. I just added stuff to it. And it's like, I can feel, you know, just, I still don't even have the words for how grateful and how it feels to just have someone's things that they touched, right? This is how I felt when DK sent me the my barrel. Bravery, my necklace. It's in the bedroom right now. I can't wear it to sleep. It's just too big and it knocks me out. Witch moon, oh my god, a favorite color. It's beautiful, eh? Yeah, you should have seen her eyes, eh? Like every single thing just made her eyes like go boom, 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 and just like after she had all, and she looked at it and she showed me, and then she was like, she's got to bring it and put it away the way she wants it, and then it was just, it was really powerful, and
I got a bunch of pencils too.
Timing was just in time of what, just that feeling for us of, just, it's amazing.
It's 2/12.
2/12, January 12th.
Boom.
Hi, angel fish. It's 11:11 for you, 48%. Hugs, jump in the stream. Love you, angel fish. A lot of big trucks around today. They might be gathering snow before more snow falls. I'm not quite sure, but a lot of big trucks around today. I think I'm about done. This would be where I would usually pull some cards in, or full circle the stream, but I'm not feeling guided to take them out. Today was just more of a hangout, have the same cold coffee for like 2 hours. And me not have any coffee left. This is like the last of my grinds, so I gotta go get some more. I need to get some cat litter too. 13:13 for you, witch moon. Right on. 14:14 right now. I say I'm not gonna pull cards, but those numbers are still coming through and just wrapping us all. Thanks you guys for being here today and all the stuff just said. I feel like there was a lot, and I'm really grateful for all of you. Yeah, you hear them, eh, Witch Moon? There's a lot. I've been hearing the trucks, gee. I keep looking outside when I hear, but remember, silly me, have the headphones on. And that's the thing, is I love that energy, right? So it's just for me. For other people, they'd be like, why is so much blah blah blah, and for me it's just like that mega protection energy, just like I'm wrapped in it. It's safety to me. It's good. It means people are doing their job. It means there's shit getting done. It's good. Noise outside is good, right? During the day, it's good. There's a reason for it. I love it. Yeah. I'm like an August rush of the sounds around me, and so for me, a lot of diesel energy passing by is it's strength, it's power, it's it's good, pure. So I'm buzzing with just that, right? And I say that, and the tone changes in my ear. Love you, Bravery. Thanks for being here. Love you too, Janice. Did you... Bzz, bzz. You zapped me. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Yes, it helps to be silly, eh, Witch Moon? Makes me smile when I'm silly. Be silly sometimes. Yeah, my daddy was a dump truck driver. See, for me, the reason trucks and the memory and the thing is because of my daddy as well. My dad, back in the day when I was a child, he drove the Gulf, or was it Shell? I think it was Gulf. Anyways, he brought gas. He brought gas to other places and other regions. So when I was very blessed and very lucky, I got to go with my dad. right? And then later on in my life, my dad worked on the highway, making lines on the highway. With friends, a German road company that did it differently. They didn't just use paint; they used products, chemicals, and so there was a lot of different machinery. And when I got to go to the shop, that was a good day. My childhood and my memories of like being allowed and going to certain places and being just going into the trucks and holding the steering wheel and touching everything, that's huge for me. And that's the thing, Witch Moon? Dump truck driver, garbage men, the ones that do the stuff, that get the shit done, right? Certain things that are frowned upon, that people can think of certain things, but it's like, holy shit, and I said it, like, there's stuff getting done. There's trucks going by. It means stuff's getting done outside. It's a safety to me. Oh, man, don't get me started on that CB radio. Me knows. Yeah, me too. Play on the CB talking to the truckers. Me too. Me love that. Me should get a cab radio, eh? Oh, me too. And it's funny, too, because I drove a truck once, a milk truck, but I wasn't allowed. So when I said the person I was with was named John, I was like, "Can I use the CB?" And he was like, "No, you can't." He's like, "That's the only thing in the truck. Don't touch the CB. Don't tell people you're here. You're not supposed to be driving the truck. You're not allowed to drive the milk truck, Michelle. So don't use the CB." I was like, okay. Meanwhile, I'm like driving the big rig and I can feel the milk squishing in the back. And I didn't drive a big rig on a regular road, on a dirt road with la laveuse, washboard. So it was like going around a bend, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is so big. What if I tip it?" And he was like, "You can't tip it." And I was like, "It feels like we're tipping." Oh yeah, don't touch the CB. Yeah. Right on. Well, thank you guys for everybody. I really appreciate you. Love you guys. Wrapping you all with just, we got this. My daddy's co-workers would holler at me. Yeah, that was the best. Yeah, I got to use it in other circumstances, just not in that one time when I was driving the truck. Have a super day, guys. I love you.